Corridors of political power are rife with bullying and bad behaviour, including several incidents of alleged sexual assault. An independent reviewer has found a culture in Parliament that allows and normalises bad behaviour and harassment, and refers to a small group of MPs who are well known as serial offenders. In her report, Debbie Francis also mentions 3 extremely serious alleged incidents of sexual assault, but because the review was done promising anonymity, would give no further details. The Speaker of the House commissioned the report last year in part from the fallout of the National Party controversy involving its former MP, Jamie Lee Ross. Here's our political editor, Jane Patterson.
Parliament is known as being a hothouse environment with fierce political competition, a combative approach to debate and rife with rumour and gossip. But is it a harmful place to work? According to Debbie Francis, the answer is yes.
I found harmful behaviours to be systemic across the parliamentary workplace. Bullying and harassment were reported to me from and between MPs, staff, managers and members of the public.
Debbie Francis says there are a number of unique factors creating a perfect storm.
Extreme power imbalances, time poverty, intense pressure to perform, fear of mistakes, unrelenting scrutiny, hyper-competitiveness and a lack of diversity in this workforce.
And there's no justification for this behaviour continuing.
The old excuses, it's a robust environment, Parliament's not for the faint-hearted, are just that, old-fashioned and out of place in 21st century New Zealand. They told me that while Parliament should always be characterised by passionate exchange of ideas and contention, that does not give licence for those in positions of power to behave in harmful ways.
Debbie Francis made more than 80 recommendations to improve Parliament's culture over the next 3 to 5 years. They include setting up a specialist advisory group to oversee that work, and that everyone working at Parliament, including the press gallery, be required to sign up to a code of conduct. The report says while there are very good MPs and ministers whose staff said they loved working for, there's a small group of repeat offenders who never seem to be held accountable. The Speaker, Trevor Mallard, says he'll make sure the leadership of each party is made aware of such behaviour.
That will mean that party leaders will be in full possession of information about the behaviour of their members, and it is my expectation that they will use that information if there is not improvement when it comes to selection processes, to make sure that the people who are responsible for selection are aware of the harmful behaviour.
The report also refers to serious sexual assaults. Of the 1,000 people who completed the online survey, 14 said they'd experienced sexual assault, 4 male and 10 female. Ms Francis says there were 3 extremely serious alleged sexual assaults with what looked like a multi-year pattern of predatory behaviour. But she would give no further detail, including whether they involved MPs.
That's not for me to say. I mean, this was not an inquiry or an investigation, as the Speaker said.
So do we need one?
Possibly. That's for others to consider, really.
The Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern says MPs should be held to account, as people are in any other workplace.
I'll be seeking to get regular reporting on staffing issues so that I can hold my own team to account. And look, they welcome that.
Ms Ardern says the reported sexual assaults are incredibly concerning.
Incredibly distressing. There should be a place where people feel safe coming to work, and it should be an exemplar, and at the moment it's not.
The National Party leader Simon Bridges shares those sentiments.
Deeply concerning. There's some things there that are really appalling, and look, this place, all the parties in it can and must do better. You know, personally, if I reflect back, I can't think of bullying instances, but that doesn't mean that it hasn't happened. It clearly has, and far, far too often.
National carried out its own culture review after allegations of bullying and harassment in its own party. That report is completed but won't be released until the party leadership has a chance to see how it lines up with the Francis review. From Parliament for Checkpoint, Jane Patterson.